Good morning.
Good morning.
We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You are knowing what you are wanting?
Yes.
That's a good thing, isn't it? To have clear desire. Nothing better than that. Sometimes you don't think that, because if you've had it for a while, a desire that feels to you like it is not coming about, then it can become annoying, and over time you can begin to doubt yourself. But before we are finished in this day, we want you to have a clear sense that anything that you desire can come to full fruition. In fact, it's just really off if it doesn't. Another thing that we would like you to realize is not only can what you desire come about, but it is already coming about. In fact, may be hard for you to hear, but by the time that idea occurs to you in a really powerful way, where you are ready to state, I want this, the majority of it has come about. In other words, all of the sifting and sorting has happened, all the directing of your focus has happened, and it is a vibrational reality. We know you don't like to hear that so much, but it is a vibrational reality that is in the process of becoming, and the last piece that is required for it to be fully realized by you, where you can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it, that last little piece is so close to having happened that if you could just relax just a little bit and accept that it is done, but that now you're in the process of achieving a vibrational alignment with it. Do you sort of get what we mean by that? You see, when you're accustomed to not seeing it in manifested form, if you want something and you don't have it yet, a lover or a new vehicle or a house that pleases you more or an occupation or a way of gathering money, if there is something that you desire and you can't see it yet in your experience, your conclusion, and we get why you think that, your conclusion is that it is not there, it's absent, it's missing, because you can't see it. And the problem with counting on what you can see, we know this sounds crazy. We're saying to you, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. That's crazy talk, isn't it? No, it's not crazy talk, it's vibrational talk. But in order for it to come into the full visible fruition, you have to see it before it comes about. And that's what is difficult for you, dear heart humans, is that you're so accustomed to translating vibration through your physical senses that if it hasn't been allowed by you to mature enough for you to see it, then you call it not there. So if you can't see it, if you can't know it, if others can't see it, then your logic tells you it's not there, it's missing, it's absence, it's lost, it's not there. But the problem with that, what we want to call too soon of evaluation, is that when you believe that it's missing, you hold a vibrational frequency that doesn't let it change from missing to there. In order for any of this to make any sense or to even be a little bit satisfying, you have to be willing to look at this world in a vibrational way. You have to accept that you are vibration, that everything is vibration. And that's not an easy thing to do, because seeing it and hearing it and smelling it and tasting it and touching it is a fuller version. In fact, we want to call your attention to that fuller version, because that's why you came into this time and space. You came because you are a creator who enjoys translating thoughts and vibrations to things and experiences. This leading edge is where that greatest sort of satisfaction from creative endeavor happens. That's why you're here. So we're not trying to talk you out of manifestations. We just want you to not need to see the manifestation before you believe that it is in process. Sort of like You don't need to see the kernel of corn that has been planted in the ground. You put it there, or someone did, and it is being nurtured, and you trust that its process is happening and that in time you're going to see it. But you don't go stomping on the ground, come out where I can see you. You don't dig up the seeds and eat them, not often. You are patient relative to things that you understand, and that's really the point that we're wanting to make with you. We want you to find some patience relative to these thoughts turning to things, because they are turning to things. You create your own reality, and you create your own reality through the thoughts you think. And you live in a vibrational universe. We all do, whether we are physically focused as you are right now, sitting in your clumps on these chairs, or whether we are non-physically focused as we are streaming from a non-physical perspective. We are all vibrationally based, which means there's no exclusion in this vibration based. When you look at something and you say yes to it, you are asking what you are saying yes to come to you. But when you look at something and you shout no at it, you're asking what you don't want to come to you, because there's no yes or no. There's only attention to the subject, and attention to the subject activates it within you. And so when something is activated within you, just like a magnet is drawn, circumstances and events begin to culminate over time. Have you been listening to us for a while? Have you heard enough of the basis of vibration, which is you, for us to just jump into what you are wanting to talk about? Yes. All right, we're going to give you the really quick version then. Your vibration, you're offering a vibration. That's the end of the story. Oh, there's a little more. Law of attraction causes whatever you are emitting to come back to you. That's really the end of the, there's a little bit more. And what comes back always matches your output every time. So nothing is happening to you. You can observe things. You can be influenced by the things that you're observing, and that can be the reason that you're offering your output. But your output is what's coming back to you every time. So there are two ways for you to know what your output is. One, by what's coming back. In other words, after a little while, Esther will say, all right, I get it. I get it. She shouts sometimes, I get it. I get it. I see it there and there and there and there and there. And I accept that I am the common denominator, emitting the signal that equals what's coming back. I get that. So that's one way. You can wait till it comes back to you, and you can know what you've been emanating, but it's a little difficult to change it once you've got the habit of doing that. So it is better if you can catch it in the earlier stages, and you do that by the way it feels. You can tell by the way you are feeling whether what you are emanating is helping you or not. You know, you could watch, for example, a dose, small or large, of what's going on politically, and you could, or are, going to use a strong word, poisoning your vibrational output, because you just can't watch that for very long without affecting what you are emanating, which means what comes back to you matches what you are emanating. And the reason that you can tell by the way you feel is because there is another part of you, once again, we know crazy talk, that you cannot see, this soul source part of you with you all the time, thinking thoughts about the very subject that you are thinking thoughts about, but often holding a very different position about it from that broader, wiser, older point of view. And that's really the thing that is most necessary for you to have anything to do with what we are offering, because you got to accept this vibrational aspect of you that is playing against this human part of you, or you cannot begin to understand what your emotional guidance system is telling you. So here's the basis, and we're going to give it to you fast. We know you could give it to us as well in many cases. You are in this physical body, but right now, while you're in this physical body, you are also so much more. Because before you came into this physical body, you were source energy, non-physically focused. Some of you want to refer to that part of you as source or soul. We like to call that your inner being. But that non-physical aspect of you existed before you came into this physical body. And even though a part of that consciousness is now the consciousness that you know as you, the personality that you know as you, the person having the thought and feeling the emotions that you know as you, there's a non-physical part of you who still exists in non-physical, and that is so essential to your understanding of your guidance system, because that explains why, as law of attraction is responding, and it is, to the non-physical perspective of you, and as law of attraction is responding to the physical human right now in this time-space reality, in this red-hot moment aspect of you, those two vibrational aspects are having a relationship with one another, because law of attraction is responding to both of them. When you really hate someone because of their bad deeds, the reason that you feel that negative emotion is because your inner being, even though your inner being may be looking at the same thing you're looking at, is not hating. Your inner being is seen from a different perspective. Your inner being is always uplifting in nature, and when you are not, even when you have good reason, you don't feel so good. Esther has said to us in the past and yesterday, clearly, Abraham, you need more information. You need more information about this, because I'm pretty sure if you had all the information that I have, you would feel as I feel. And we say, that's why you feel as you feel, you see. So your guidance system is really important to understanding what your broader point of view